What's up and welcome back to the Gridiron with Chance Aspen. Subscribe down below and give this video a like, comment. Now, enjoy this video. Alright, welcome back to week 2 of my college football thoughts. As you know, we do this every single week. I give you my 5 college football thoughts. So here we go, thought number 1. What an impressive win for the Texas Longhorns against Michigan. Everybody knew Texas was going to be good this year, but I don't think people thought they were going to go to Michigan and dominate them. Because they didn't just beat Michigan, they physically outplayed Michigan. And you don't see that a lot against the Michigan Wolverines. You don't see them get physically dominated like that. It just doesn't happen a lot to Michigan. I thought Quinn Ewers looked really, really good. He kept making great decisions. He also had a couple really high-level third down conversions, like NFL style. I thought Steve Sarkisian's play calling was spectacular, which Sarkisian's play calling can be a little suspect sometimes. Sometimes he does some things where you question it a little bit. And then I thought their defense was incredible. And I know Michigan's offense wasn't very good, but I thought their defense was spectacular. And just this overall win for Texas is great. Because Texas is for real. They are a damn good football team. You're not going to find 4 teams better than the Texas Longhorns right now. And I know some people thought that when Texas went to Michigan, that it was going to look a lot like Michigan versus Ohio State, where it's the more talented team in Ohio State versus Michigan who just physically dominates them and beats them. That's what people thought this game was maybe going to look like. But it was Texas who was the ones playing with physicality, who was dominating in the trenches. Their O-line was dominant. Their D-line was incredible. And this was overall a fantastic win for the University of Texas. This is a statement win. I know Michigan isn't what they were last year, but to go on the road, hostile environment, and dominate the game from start to finish shows me that you're a real national championship contender. Thought number 2. Let's jump to Michigan. Because right now, Michigan is not an elite program from a football perspective. The brand Michigan is still elite, but the team is not. You know who Michigan reminds me of this year? 2020 LSU. Where LSU in 2020 sucked. They were awful. But they were coming off winning the national championship in 2019. And that's what Michigan has going on right now. Where last year they had this incredible team and a bunch of guys went to the NFL. The same thing happened with LSU. A bunch of guys went to the NFL, and the next team on LSU sucked. It's the same at Michigan this year. They suck. They're not a very good team. They'll win some games, but they're going to lose a lot of games, I believe. I don't believe they are a very good football team. I think by the end of the year, they could look at not being even ranked or, in between 20 and 25 in the rankings, because they're not a very good football team this year. And how can you be? You lost so much talent to the NFL, including your head coach, who built the culture at Michigan, who revived the culture at Michigan, who made Michigan relevant again. So that's what Michigan is right now. They're not a very good team. The brand Michigan, still elite. But the team, not good at all. Thought number 3. That was an embarrassing loss by Notre Dame against Northern Illinois. I talked last week about their great win against Texas A&M. And then they come out and lay this egg against Northern Illinois? Are you kidding me, Notre Dame? You were on a fast track to the playoffs. And now you might not even make the playoffs. What was that performance on your home field? Your home opener. And you lay an egg like that against Northern Illinois. Not even a good team. No disrespect to Northern Illinois. But they're not very good. And you're Notre frickin' Dame. And you put a performance like that. Just pathetic. And this shows that they're not a great team. Because what great teams do is they win that game by 30 or 40 points. Or they just find a way to win. Even if they're not having the greatest day, they find a way to win. Even if things aren't going their way, they're not playing well, they find a way to win the football game. And Notre Dame didn't. And now they're probably not going to make the college football playoffs this year because of that one loss. Thought number 4. The team I think people need to be talking about is Miami. They beat Florida A&M, obviously not the greatest team, but they went to Florida, to the Swamp. And we can say what we want about Florida, but going to the Swamp is tough. And they went there. And now from this point forward, their schedule isn't that hard. They're in the ACC. I expect that they are going to win the ACC. And they have one of the best players and quarterbacks in the country in Cam Ward. I expect Cam Ward to probably contend for the Heisman Trophy. He is that good of a football player. But I just think Miami is kind of sneaking under the radar a little bit. I would not be surprised as we get further and further into the season that they're still undefeated, and then people start talking about them. But I'm going to talk about them right now because I think they are legit one of the best teams in the country. They are that good. Thought number 5. I'm a little worried about Oregon. Oregon has played 2 games this season against inferior opponents, and they have struggled to win both games. Like, if you are a great team, if you are one of those teams that are going to be national championship, clear-cut contenders, you shouldn't struggle against Idaho or Boise State. And no disrespect to those teams. But you're Oregon. You started the season, ranked 4th in the country? You have all this talent on the football field. And both games you struggle to win? Like, if you're one of those teams, you should dominate Idaho. You should dominate Boise State. These games shouldn't be really close. They shouldn't be struggles going into the 4th quarter to have to win them. Because remember, in college football, it's not just about winning. That's what people need to realize. You can't just say in college football a win is a win. That's not what it's about anymore. Or what it has been about. That's not what college football is about. College football is about how you win. How do you win? Do you win dominant or do you win barely? Now, a win is a win, yes. But college football is mainly about how you win, not did you win. But that's my 5 college football thoughts in week 2. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Again, like, subscribe, comment, and have an awesome day.